Soul rising, dear family. So I want to share more thoughts, share more ideas, share more ways we can make life better for ourselves. More thoughts and more ways on how we can manifest a better world. So I want to share this video right here. I'm gonna call it the 4 global unity techniques, or I'm gonna call it the 4 out of infinity global unity techniques. That's what I'm gonna call it. 4 out of infinity. But before I go on, I want to talk about a couple of more 4 things, or foundational things. Also, too, for this video, also want to reveal why I'm going to make the switch of belief system, the belief system hierarchy that I've set up. I'm going to swap the 2 of them out. I'm going to swap belief system pillar 3 for belief system pillar 4. I'm going to swap those 2. I'm going to put what is in belief system pillar 4 in belief system pillar 3 slot, and I'm going to have belief system pillar 3 slot in belief system pillars 4 slot. I'm going to explain that in a moment too. Just ideas I want to put into the world that may do something if you can hear between the lines or read between the lingo that I'm using to communicate the message to you. It's all parables. All parables. Don't forget that. Please don't forget that these are parables. What is a parable? A parable is a short story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson. What moral or spiritual lesson, or what short story am I using to enlighten you by way of a moral or spiritual liftance? What am I doing? What am I using for these things to manifest properly? If that makes sense to you. Putting an idea out here of how to manifest soul liberation, or how to manifest God liberation, or how to manifest God freedom, or how to manifest God sovereignty, how to manifest soul sovereignty, soul coexistence, how to manifest these things. God's kingdom globally, how to manifest those things. This is just where my mind is going to be. This is where I'm going to be talking about over here where I'm at. I'm just going to be talking about these things here. This is what I'm going to talk about. Don't have too much to talk about. Don't have too much of anything else I want to talk about at all. Just want to talk about this. Whole lot of spirit soul parables and how to make the spirit soul take over your world. Here. The first 4 things I want to mention right quick though. I just did a quick video the other day about these 4 things. What is spirit? Spirit is a non-physical part of a person, which is the seat of emotions and character, the soul. You see that? 4 things right there. I said this in a previous video, just recent video that I just posted. I just want to close it out or cap it off and summarize it real quick. So, all 4 of those things are in one, meaning spirit, emotions, character, and soul are all one. Now, I said in that previous video, stop allowing this world to lower your spirit. Stop allowing this world to lower your spirit, meaning depress you. Depression, anxiety, fear, all of those things, they only come from an external source. Something outside of you trying to dictate how your spirit soul should be. That's all it is. So, stop letting fear rule your life. Stop letting anxiety rule your life. Stop letting concern or being worried about anything rule your life. No. Be courageous. Be bold. Step out and achieve. Accomplish what you need to accomplish. Do and or be what you need to do and or be. Period. So, what happens when you lower somebody's spirits? This is what I wanted to talk about first, before I move on to the other things. And why is it not good to lower someone's spirits? Well, think about it. To lower someone's spirits, meaning to lower someone's non-physical parts of them, which is their seat of emotions and character, their soul. If you lower their spirits, you put them in a depressive state. If you lower their emotions, you put them in a negative emotional state. That's what I should have said in the previous video. A negative emotional state. If you lower their spirits, you put them in a low spiritual state means a depressed state. A low emotional state means a negative emotional state. A low character state. What happens if you put somebody in a low character state? This is the big one right here. This is the big one in essence. So, first off, what does the word character even mean? What is the word character literally defined as? Character literally defines as the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. The mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. So your mental qualities, your moral qualities, and how they are identifiable to you. Me personally, I have 4 styles of, I see 4 ways of moral character foundations or moral dispositions. I see 4 moral dispositions, a positive one, a balanced one, an individual one or indifferent one, and or a neutral one, and or I see everything one, and the dead one. I see 4 styles of morals. I see 4 styles of moral dispositions. And the character. So that means there's 4 styles of character. Positive, balance, negative and evil, or negative and dead, you see. Pray I said the order right the first time. I'll be messing up moving forward. So that means if you were to lower someone's spirits, meaning you were to lower put them in a depressive state, a negative emotional state, and then a lower character state. What does that mean? Because characters are mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual, meaning your mental qualities that are distinguishable to you, your moral qualities that are distinguishable to you, and the ones outside of you. If you lower that state of a person, what are you doing to them? Making them ignorant. Why do I say ignorant? Because what does the word ignorant and or nescient and or stupid even means? To keep someone with a lower intelligence and or lower common sense and or lower comprehension and or lower mental qualities. You see, this is what happens when you lower someone's spirit. You give them lower mental qualities, meaning you make them ignorant or stupid and or dumber. You see. And then the soul. What happens when you lower the spirit? Because let's not forget, it's all hooked up and it's all connected and it's all one, you see. So what happens when you lower somebody's spirit? When you lower somebody's spirit, same thing it's almost the same as ignorance. Thing is, it's a disconnect from soul, and because once you know better, you do better. But if you don't know better, you won't do better. So that means you're essentially taking out who and what they are away from them. You're changing them up when you lower their soul, because the soul is not a low energy. The soul is a balanced energy. It's always at a good, proper, stable foundation. It's always has the right energy inside of it. You see what I'm saying? So if you lower someone, meaning you imbalance them, meaning you put them in soul imbalance versus soul full balance, then you will take away their abilities to live accurately by way of the soul's rights. That makes sense to you? Because the soul's rights at their regular state, peace, love, unity, and advancement. The soul's rights are to live in peace, respect, balance, and progression. Soul's rights are to live in what's good, beautiful, normal, and natural. And the soul's rights are to live in what is of calmness, serenity, love, and righteousness. Calmness, serenity, love, and righteousness habitually. I pray this is making sense to you. So, that's the first 4 I wanted to drop real quick. Spirit, emotion, character, soul. Spirit, emotion, character, soul. Don't let anybody lower your spirit, emotion, character, soul anymore. The next 4 thing I wanted to talk about. Then I'm going to move to my 4 out of an infinite amount of global unity parables that I'm going to be kicking to y'all. I'm just going to be putting some ideas out here, just putting some more ideas out here. These may help, these may not help. Who knows? I'm gonna just give it a whirl and just throw it out here. See who knows what'll happen. Who knows? That Vice Lord video got a few views. I wasn't expecting that. I don't really care, honestly, because it's like, put the information out here, overload the oppressive body's minds, and watch them pop like a balloon. That's what it is. That's why I'm doing this, you see. So here, the next 4 thing, the 3-4. So I'm going to change up my belief system hierarchy. I'm going to switch out belief system 3 for belief system 4. I'm going to switch those two. Why am I doing this? And why did I have it set up like that the first time? Belief system pillar 3, the nerd geek culture. That belief system pillar. This pillar categorizes all of the rich, middle class, and poverty-stricken people, melanated people worldwide due to colonization. Because you're only rich due to colonization, you're only middle class due to colonization, and you're only poverty-stricken due to colonization. You're all three of them due to colonization. You are. Everybody should be living on the same even playing field of life right now. Peace, love, unity, and advancement. But here, why did I have it set up like this the first time? It's because racism and feminism, before I started doing all the research and started realizing just exactly what I can do to assist in destroying those belief systems, I could have handled racism and feminism all by myself. I really could have, with only the mild assistance from the foundation to help me destroy them both. But then as I'm doing more studying and more researching and more digging of answers, I recognize, you know what? I can actually beat the homosexuality one with just my own intellect as well. I can beat all three of them by myself and with a little bit of assistance from the foundation. What am I getting at here though? Because see, the thing is, when it comes to the 7 belief system pillar hierarchy, I see it like this, right? Each belief system pillar is like a whole person or like a whole like entity in a way. It's just another parable. What kind of parable would this one be though? A mental parable or an awareness parable or an awareness parable. Because I'm bringing you awareness of what some of your biggest problems are. Because racism, feminism, and foul sexuality are some seriously big problems that need to be put down immediately. So, racism was number 1 on the list. I could dismantle racism all by myself. It's really easy. Say things. It's first step. Start, duration, finish. Start, duration, finish. Take advantage of human nature. Take advantage of the human nature with words and words only. I will scare you with these words, and I will lift you up, all at the same dang time, or concomitantly. Whatever it takes to stop you from destroying our lives. Period. I just found one way that that'll be most effective with just words alone. And I'm really, really good with using words. Oh, you bet I am. And I'm going to use it to tear anything regarding to racism down permanently and let it stay there in the dirt where it belongs, not able to rise again. But it's just a belief system though. That's all it is. So here's the thing though, right? After tearing racism's belief system apart, there was also feminism's belief system. I was going to tear that one apart. But see, here's the funny part though. Here's the funny part, because let's never forget, these are just words attacking what you believe in a sense, spiritually attacking, of course, but these are just words that are taking on what you believe. So the thing is, due to how I am using them against you, or due to how I am using them on you, it was going to end up trick talking you into assisting me in a way. But not like in a way where you will be my ally physically, no, because you're always going to be a detriment to my entire livelihood. But you are going to, I can honestly see these words trick talking you into assisting me taking out the 4th belief system, which was at the time going to be, according to how I had the parable set up, the awareness parable set up, or the peace and love parables, or the peace piles and love bombs. That's also what these are. According to how I had the parable set up, those 2 belief systems were going to team up with my 3rd one to help me take out the 4th one. In a way, you ain't gonna see the team up in the physical world at all. I promise you won't. But it's like, just to see racism, feminism, and homosexuality kind of sort of arguing with each other, that would have been cool. Because it's like, well, dang, who is the most dominant one, though? Take advantage of you like that. You see, all your little territorial pride to be the one that wants to destroy our lives the most. I was going to take advantage of that a little bit. That's how my words are going to trick talk in there as well and get those first 2 to take out the 4th one. Well, what was going to be the 4th one, but now it's going to be the 3rd one. So yeah, the first 3 belief system pillars, which they are now, And now I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm swapping them out too. The first three belief systems are racism, feminism, and homosexuality. On the belief system pillar hierarchy of belief systems that need to be dismantled by any moral means necessary. The third one is now going to be homosexuality. And the fourth one is going to be the nerd geek culture, BKA my foundation, BKA the I, Father, God bodies, legs, feet and legs to get me on the ground foundation and start running. I wanted to also make the foundation the third one too, because I just wanted to get to it as soon as possible. But then it's like, I mean, it's still just like when you look at the hierarchy, the way the parable is set up, it just doesn't fit. It don't fit. You just swap them out, you see, and see how it would sound in. So now let's label and describe the current hierarchy and the more reasoning why I have my foundation 4 in the foundation 4 slot, which is another reason why I wanted to switch them out. When I first set it all up, it was more of a vengeful kind of thing. You see what I'm saying? Because I was really going to trick talk racism, feminism, and homosexuality into fighting each other over who's more dominant and or who destroys each other's lives the most. It's all a game. It's all a game. You see what I'm saying? So these children, bro, like you could tell them anything. And moving forward, though. So now the current belief system pillar hierarchy, racism, feminism, homosexuality, or foul, which in reality the first three are race hatred, and the second one is man hatred, and the third one is foul sexuality. Those are the first three, which are also humanity's big three problems according to what I see right now currently. And then the final four, the nerd geek culture, nerd translation, neglected earth realm dreamers and or geeks, gamers evading everyday knowledge, and or gentlemen evading everyday knowledge. This belief system pillar counted. This fourth foundational belief system, it categorizes all of the rich, middle class, and poverty-stricken across the world due to colonization. Also, this belief system pillar, it covers entertainment, it covers athletics, it covers comedians, it covers anything other than the final three I'm getting ready to mention. The foundational belief system is going to cover a lot of things. The foundational one will. It's the fourth one now. No longer the third one. It's the fourth one now. But yeah, like fitness, it covers it's just there's going to be a lot of things within that foundational belief system, which is now the fourth one, that'll give power to the fifth, sixth, and seventh ones. And the fifth, sixth, and seventh ones I see as the most important for this entire unity strategy to be executed. The melanated gangs, belief system pillar 5, the melanated tribes, belief system pillar 6, and the melanated religions, belief system pillar 7. Then of course you got the two outside, which is the 8th belief system, soul principle, or home, or where I'm trying to convince you all to stand on dispositionally, internally wise. And then you have the 9th one, which is like your politics and your governments and all of them people there who think they run the show, but in reality they just feel like they do, and all their feelings are made up and need to be dismantled and destroyed. So they just all lies and all games, you know it. But yeah, I'm telling you all these things to get you all geared up to take out that 9th one and everything that's in the 9th one that is trying to and everything that the 9th one is doing to put this veil over our faces. You see, I desire to tear the veil off. I don't want to just lift the veil. I don't want to remove it. I don't want to patty cake, bakers make the veil, you know. No. I want to tear it off of you and disintegrate it so it'll never be able to get back on you again. You see what I'm saying? This is what I wish to do with these words. So yeah, the first 4, as I said when I started the video off, spirit, emotion, character, soul. And now the next 4, which is this one here, the belief system pillar swapping, or the belief system pillar hierarchy rearrangement. The 9 belief system or the 7 belief system pillar hierarchy that I just made up in order to help y'all win the spiritual warfare faster, so you can give me God freedom and God liberation faster. Switching the 3 with the 4. So now it's racism, feminism, and homosexuality, which are the first 3. And then the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th one, the nerd geek culture, which classifies virtually everything out here. which is just the foundation for me to take off in. Then you have the gangs, the tribes, and the religions. Those four. Now the next thing. I'm going to keep it like that too. But all the other videos I posted with Belief System Pillar 3, the way it is, I'm going to just leave it all the same. And then have this video up here so you can see where I'm changing it. Just a story that I'm putting together to also help manifest soul liberation faster. Now, check this out. This last part here. Another strategy that I want to use. 4 styles to manifest global unity faster. So I'm doing my research on the tribes, right? And I will say this too, to correct I'm going to correct a couple mistakes with the last 10 minutes. So in a recent video, for one, just random thought, I said Hitman Holla was a blood. That's what I said. Hitman Holla don't bang. That was my ignorance right there. My ignorance said that about Brother Hitman Holla, that he was a blood, he's a banger. I don't think Hitman Holla bangs. I don't think he does. I just saw a kind of sort of pregame show where Brother DC and Brother Hitman and Brother he's actually a banger. The other brother who was sitting there and they were having their warm-up kind of match, warm-up talk. So, November 9th, Hitman Holla got a battle coming out. Go check that out. Hitman Holla's not a banger or not a gang banger. He's just that type of guy you don't mess with at all. Or let's just say he's not the type you play with. You follow what I'm saying? Maybe I could say that about him it'll be factual. But no, Hitman Holla's not a banger. That was my ignorance right there that called him a blood. That was my ignorance right there. But now here's another thing. That was just a random thing. November 9th, go check out that battle because it's gonna have New Jersey Twerk. It's gonna have him. It's gonna have the other brother. I just need to remember their names. So many of them. But those brothers, they're gonna be battling November 9th. It's gonna be epic. I'm quite sure. Go listen to some impactful words. It's gonna be some impactful words. I'm quite sure. Even though you're gonna hear a whole lot of leave a black man flats. You're gonna hear a lot of that. I'm quite sure. This is why I can't wait to bring my sword to your gun battle. I really can't. When I'm ready, though, I'll talk more trash in that direction. But here, the other thing I was ignorant about. So in another video, I was talking about how many American people there were. I said there was about 20 million. That was a complete ignorant response. That was complete ignorance right there. Absolute ignorance. So now I want to correct that so I can have more effect with this here paRAbles that I'm about to get ready to kick to y'all, right? So I just simple Google search. I got 2 search engines right now that I'm using to deliver all this information to you. I got the Bible, that's my first search engine, and I got Google, that's another search engine. I got 2 search engines. So, now, how am I going to execute? So one thing though first, the number of American people right now currently, according to what I just searched, there's about 333 million and some change. 333 million, about maybe I think I saw 373,739. I believe I saw that number. But the thing is, I'm just gonna round them off so that this when I'm getting ready to say will make more sense. So I also looked at how many white people or how many of the recessive geneity are American, and it said about 291 million. Then I said how many of the dominant geneity are there, and it said about 41 million. 41 million of we and 291 million of they. Or just to round it off, I'll say 300 million. You're just gonna add another 9 million to it. It'll just make the numbers easier to memorize. But then once you get online and search for it yourself, you'll see exactly what it says. I'm just gonna round the numbers off to make it make more sense here. So about 41 million black folks and 300 million white people live in this country here. It said 291 million white people, but migrants and things of that nature, go check out the list. Go check out the list. So what am I ultimately getting at here? For one, I wanted to say that because the last video I got it incorrect, and this time I just wanted to make it correct. I said all those things to say this. There are 41 million of us in this country alone, right? And 300 million of them. Now we know what they do, right? No, I don't play blame game. I'm just speaking the truth. I don't blame anyone for anything. No one in humanity is guilty of what is going on at all. I'm just going to keep saying it over and over again. I don't blame any person in humanity. I don't blame any baby mamas. I don't blame any abominations. I don't blame any foul participants of behaviors. I don't blame any of you for what is going on. I see that there is a source of all immoral authority telling everything in which that is a constituent of the source of all moral authority to kill itself. That's what I see. I'm just going to speak on it in a way that'll make it sound extraordinarily clear to you as in regards to, or to bring finite awareness as to, yeah, this is exactly what's happening, exactly what you're saying. The source of all immoral authority, attacking the source of all moral authority, us, what we are constituents with. The source of all immoral authority is outside of we. Telling those 300 million white people within America, hey, make those 41 million black people in America's lives hell every day. No reason at all. Just do it. Keep everything poison in their vicinity. Everything poison. What am I getting at here? We need some backup. We need to be able to get out of this madness. I've noticed there are 5,000 tribes on this planet, right? I'm leading to the 4 unity parables in a minute because one of them is going to involve wrestling. So, there are 5,000 tribes on this planet, right? I've done more digging and even more digging. I found out that the Hausa tribe is one of the biggest tribes on the planet, holds about 70 million people. More people in one tribe than we got black people in the country. But here's the kicker though. Every tribe out of the 5,000, the melanated people within them, is about 3,000 melanated people within this list of tribes right here. It's about 3,000 of the dominant geneity within these tribes. Each tribe, lowest, about 20 million people in them. So you mean to tell me 3,000 tribes of all dominant geneity people, out of all 3,000 of them, about the lowest there is 20 million, and the highest there is about 70. I'm sure it's about more than that and a few more of them. I just got to take a closer look. But I just know the Hausa tribe had about 70 million people in there. Now, I plan, or at least this is just an idea I'm going to throw out here as one of the unity parables out of 4 of them, because it's going to be the same ones you probably watched the videos if you have: the sword, the 3 language aspects, the wrestling with the tribes, Senegalese wrestling. Like, see, check it out, yo. If I can gain my foundation and I get in great enough shape, I'm going to go wrestle with those tribes. And that's going to be the way I'm going to unite the tribes. Wrestling for peace, in other words. Look up Senegalese wrestling. Look up Igbo wrestling. Look up Sealy wrestling. Look up South Sudan. It's a lot of our family members, yo. Kemet. 2400 BC. Look that up. Information in regards to that. Did you know in ancient Kemet, wrestling is one of the first martial arts to ever exist? Wrestling is. Didn't know that at all until I started doing the research truly, and finite and thoroughly. I will admit that I'm ignorant. I will admit that I don't know things because I don't know everything. I just know enough to get me home. And the second thing I'm going to be doing to manifest this, I'm going to be wrestling with tribes. Once I manifest the 4th foundation. Once I manifest the foundation, meaning get my people together, unity parable, get my people together, meaning my squad, meaning get my people together, meaning my own wrestlers, get my people together. The 4th belief system pillar. That's the first thing I wanted to say. This is the first thing of the 4 techniques that I'm using. The foundation. Get the foundation right. Get my training right. Get me right. Get all the way right. Get ready to wrestle. Second one. Go wrestle. Gather the tribes, talk to them. Melanated tribes only, melanated tribes only, melanated tribes only. I've seen it. I just look forward. I know it can work. I know it can. I just know it can. Could wrestling bring together 3,000 tribes? You can just try and see. Just an idea that I have personally. Do you really think that wrestling can bring together 3,000 tribes from their indifferences? You know something? No, I do not at all. But at the same time, or concomitantly, I'm just going to give it a whirl because it might work somehow. Because how else we going to do it? Yeah, that's just the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to use the history of Kemet and everything to do it. Oh, and I'm also going to be talking trash about WWE and whatnot and WWF and how, like, hey, listen, everything that these people have is just something they stole from us and perverted for evil. Like profit or like something involving their little paper money, yeah? Everything that they have, they stole from us and perverted for evil, even wrestling. Wrestling came out in ancient Kemet, 2400 BC. Even before that. One of the first grappling martial arts is what they call it. Wrestling. All our people, all the melanated people, we came up with everything first. Everything. You name it. The third thing, though, I just want to re-mention this one. So the third thing I want to talk about, 3-in-1 language aspects. 3-in-1 language. I'm going to just talk about it again. The last two things you already know I'm going to talk about. The 3-in-1 language aspects. Or if you heard some of my videos before, you'll know. But the 3-in-1 language aspect. What do I mean by the 3-in-1 language aspect? Right now I'm using 3 specific language aspects that nobody talks about really. So I'm just going to make it up and talk to you about it. Root tongue. Destruction tongue. And king tongue. 3-in-1 language. Meaning I use root tongue in the English language, destruction tongue in the English language, and king tongue in the English language. All 3 of those languages in one language. Like the 3-in-1 space, you see. What do I use these for, though? It's another unity parable. I'm going to use these specific styles of tongues to unite every tongue into one. There are 7,139 known languages in the world today. And I have a strategy that can unite them all into one tongue, which will make our people getting the styles of empathy across more effortlessly. Empathy. We don't need to tap into sympathy too much. Let's not forget, even the moment of feeling bad for any reason gives them a chance to control you. Keep out of sympathy. I know what the word repentance means, but when I say repent, I'm not talking to melanated people, because what are they doing wrong? Nothing. Melanated people are not doing anything wrong, so why would they need to repent? They just need to get whacked upside the head by the sword of my mouth, 4th thing. And all the advancement trap parables I'm going to have coming with it. 4th thing again. No, I tell the oppressive body to repent. But I tell the dominant geniety, oh, get ready to face the sword of my mouth, because you're about to. You all are, especially you battle rappers. I can't wait to get in that field. But I just wanted to drop those words off. Shalom, shalom, shalom. May these words also reach you all with superior grace, superior upliftance, and superior benevolence. Peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.